let me invite Miss Lynn Santina to share her perspective, like what motivated her, right, to register her son for this ESSEC business camp. Thank you, Miss Lynn.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much, Annick, for inviting me, and thank you for all the ESSEC team for inviting me to share this experience and my sons. I'm really happy to help. Well, I thought of introducing myself first, then talk about why we registered Jan for the summer business camp, then tell you about the experience and how beneficial it was for him. My name is Lynn Santina. I'm Jan's mother. Jan was in grade 11 last year at International French School in Singapore. He had the opportunity to participate, just like Mina and Aiden, in last summer camp program, and it was such a great experience. That's why I'm here today. Now, why did we register Jan for the business camp? I believe it's important to give you some context before I tell you why the summer camp was a good idea. Is a good idea too. Actually, as a teacher myself, and as a mom who tends to be a bit overprotective, I'm probably more particular than most about where my son spends his time. Education is a huge deal for me. It's practically in my DNA, so naturally, I really want to make sure my son is in a good place, especially considering the fact that he's younger than his classmates. Like, he's finishing this year before he turns 17, so he was only 15 last year, which makes me give more importance to this aspect. And then how did I discover ESSEC's environment to know it was okay to send my son? I actually had the chance to visit ESSEC as part of my work. I manage a tutoring platform in Singapore called Axiom Academic, and many of ESSEC students are tutors with us. In this context, I had the chance to meet the person who was in charge of students' life last year. And, even though we were supposed to be talking business, purely business, we ended up having this awesome conversation about education. I don't know if any of you know what I mean, but we shared anecdotes, how he managed students, solved their problems, the different types of situations he had to manage, and the great support he offered to students. It was clear to me that this guy in particular really cared about the students' well-being. And to me, this approach must reflect ESSEC's policy, having an accessible teaching approach, like what Aideen just mentioned about teachers, accessibility, and friendliness. After our time together, actually, I walked around the campus with him, and I can confirm that I really felt reassured and confident. The atmosphere was so warm and welcoming. People were smiling. You could really tell students felt at home. This positive environment made me really feel good. Well, that was in May last year. And I think it was 1 week later when a friend of mine told me she heard about the summer camp program and she was considering signing up her daughter. I told her about my visit, and I thought it could be nice for my son to be with a friend. Frankly speaking, at that time, I was more concerned about the environment that I have seen and experienced myself there and about the teaching approach rather than about the actual content of the camp. After that, I had a discussion with my husband about the subject, and as my son had no idea whether he would apply for an engineering school or a business school, we thought that the summer camp would be beneficial because it would expose him to different business aspects, which may allow him to check whether he would like to go into business or not at all. So both the environment and the content made us decide to register Jan at last year's summer camp. Now, of course, shouldn't forget to mention And I'm sure you all know about ESSEC's reputation and reliability worldwide, and all the positive feedback that we have from friends. Like, I can talk about my friends who registered their children at different ESSEC programs, or who are ESSEC alumni themselves, and they are many. Well, that was why we decided to register Jan. Now, when the camp started, it was really interesting to see that each day had a different theme, just like we saw in Annick's presentation. This really allowed the students to learn about various aspects of business in such a short time, like marketing, finance, entrepreneurship, and of course, the great project Pizza Hut they worked on and they presented at the end of the camp. That's when we realized the importance and the relevance of the themes and topics chosen for this camp. And I think this year they also have the artificial intelligence, just as we saw at the beginning during Annick's presentation. But you know what really mattered most to me was seeing the excitement in Jan's eyes when he talked about what he did during the day and how motivated he was to go to ESSEC the following day. Like, this is priceless for parents when he's supposed to be on vacation. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Like, he wants to go tomorrow to ESSEC while he's on vacation. And as, this is concerning our perspective, but I took time yesterday to ask Jan what he still remembers from this experience to include in my presentation. And again, his face brightened when thinking about it, and he talked about how enriching and amazing this experience was. He even called it an opportunity he was so grateful to have. He mentioned the enjoyable interactive learning process, which was different from how they learn at school. And this reminds me of the learning by doing, one of the major values that Annick just presented at the beginning of this session. He even said he learned more than he consciously learned, because he realizes day after day that he truly acquired new skills on this camp. When I asked what he appreciated the most, more specifically, he said it was the random distribution of the students into groups of 4. Like, being in small groups allowed them to feel comfortable and express their thoughts more easily, but at the same time, being with people they've just met, like, pushed them also out of their comfort zone. And one more thing, he also mentioned that the campus was open in the evening, which gave them more time to get to know each other after the sessions and connect. He also values human contact and the opportunity to share experiences. And here again, I confirm what Mina mentioned about making friends from around the world and staying on campus after classes. I think I said everything, but I would like to say it again. Thank you, ESSEC and ESSEC team. Well, we never thank you enough for such an amazing experience. And I'm also quoting Jan. So dear students and parents who are watching us, I think you got it. I highly recommend this camp, so sign up and spread the words.
Thank you, Miss Lin. Your sharing was very heartening, you know, as a parent, like how you felt. The campus, right, was very warm and welcoming and friendly, and there were so many happy faces around campus.
Yes.
And also, thank you for sharing Jan's testimonial, right, after 1 year after the camp, and how he grew, right? He gained new skills from the camp.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, thank you to our 3 guest speakers, Aidin, Mina, and Miss Lin.